Just days before the anniversary of China's police force, a shocking discovery sent shockwaves across the entire nation. The body of a young female police officer was found in a remote area. Her condition, truly heartbreaking. She had not only been brutally attacked, but also showed clear signs of sexual assault. Even more disturbing, the autopsy revealed DNA from 3 different men on her body, opening up a chilling mystery that would grip the country. Who was behind this horrific crime? Was this a calculated act of revenge against the police force itself? Join us as we unravel the dark details of this mysterious case, step by step, and uncover the terrifying clues that lie beneath it. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more gripping true crime stories like this one. On October 8th, the family of police officer Wong Chian became alarmed when she suddenly failed to pick up her daughter as planned. At first, they thought she might have been called away on an urgent assignment. After all, as a criminal investigator, unexpected absences weren't uncommon. But as hours passed with no word from her, and especially after her colleagues confirmed she wasn't on any assignment, the family's concern quickly turned into fear. Growing increasingly worried, they reported her missing to the local police. A large-scale search was launched immediately, covering all areas around her home. Then came a chilling discovery, a piece of security camera footage from the parking lot near her workplace. The footage showed that, just moments before she vanished, Wong Chian had been abducted by 3 men as she was about to get into her car. This shocking evidence raised serious questions about her safety and who might be behind her disappearance. The investigation took a tense new turn when tire tracks from the kidnappers were traced all the way to Fujian province. Although Officer Wong Chian's BMW was eventually found, every effort to locate her came up empty. It was as if she had vanished without a trace, and the case grew even more mysterious and unsettling. Then, an unexpected breakthrough came from a local hunter. While passing through a remote forest, he stumbled upon a body, hastily buried in the dirt. What truly shocked him, and later, the entire investigation team, was what he found on the body, a police ID badge. Instantly, alarms were raised. Authorities quickly began an exhumation to confirm what they feared. The autopsy results were horrifying. The victim had died from strangulation, leading to asphyxiation, and showed signs of severe head trauma, likely from being violently beaten. But the most disturbing detail, DNA evidence revealed traces from not 1, but 3 different men, confirming that she had been sexually assaulted before she was murdered. These findings sent shockwaves through the police force, intensifying pressure to identify the 3 suspects. After a tense and extensive manhunt, the 3 suspects were finally arrested in Huan City, Fujian province. These were the men responsible for the brutal crime that took the life of Officer Wong Chian. According to their confessions, their original plan was simply to rob her. But when they realized she was a police officer, fear took over, fear that their crimes would be discovered. To silence her and avoid punishment, they made a chilling decision to kill her. That night, as Wong Chian was about to get into her car, the 3 men approached and forced her inside their vehicle. They stole her bank cards and demanded she reveal her PIN numbers. After obtaining the information, they drove to a nearby ATM and withdrew over 10,000 yuan, roughly $1,300. But once they confirmed that Wong Chian was indeed a police officer, they understood the gravity of what they had done and chose to eliminate the witness. They drove to a local hardware store, where 2 of the men purchased items for their next move: rope, gloves, and a metal hammer. Everything was prepared for what was to come. They then drove to a remote forest, far from any signs of life. There, they carried out a horrific assault, sexually abusing her with shocking cruelty. When they were done, they began to beat her mercilessly. The attacks caused multiple severe injuries, especially to her head, delivered with brutal force using the metal hammer. But the violence didn't stop there. After inflicting serious trauma, the 3 men took it even further. They tied her up and buried her alive in a deep pit in the forest. None of them showed any remorse. Their actions were cold, calculated, and without hesitation. The suspects were later identified. Liu Ben, 33 years old, a man with a dragon tattoo stretching from his neck to his chest, previously imprisoned for theft. Chen Hao, 28, thin build, soft voice, and had once been on the run for harassing women in public. Ma Wei, 36, heavyset, walked with a limp due to a past leg injury. He was the mastermind behind the attack and the most violent of the three. When arrested, all three appeared calm, even trying to blame their actions on circumstances, hoping for leniency. But with overwhelming evidence and detailed confessions, authorities classified the case as extremely serious, one that shocked society, and could never be forgiven. The three suspects were no strangers to criminal records. In fact, they had a long and disturbing history, once operating as a gang involved in robberies and assaults across multiple provinces in southern China. According to police records, between 2010 and 2011, the group was linked to at least 5 violent attacks, most of them targeting young women walking alone at night. One particularly shocking case took place in Guangzhou, where they followed a young woman home from a supermarket. They attacked her inside an elevator, stole her belongings, and assaulted her brutally. Another incident occurred in an underground parking lot. The victim this time was a middle-aged man. Simply because he appeared wealthy, the gang beat him unconscious, stole his watch, wallet, and motorbike, then fled the scene. Though the trio had been caught and sent to a rehabilitation facility, prison time did little to change them. After their release, none of them showed signs of reform. Instead, they sank deeper into crime, a path that would ultimately lead to the tragic murder of Officer Wong Chian. The victim in this heartbreaking case was Wong Chian, a young, promising police officer who had dedicated her youth to serving the public. With an outstanding academic record since her student years, she was a source of pride for her family and a shining example within the police force. Passionate, dedicated, and full of integrity, those were the words her colleagues often used to describe her. Wong Chian wasn't just a rising star in her career. She was also a devoted wife and a loving mother. Every evening after work, her greatest joy was returning home to hug her little daughter and cook dinner with her husband by her side. But all of those simple, beautiful moments were stolen forever. Her tragic death left a void that can never be filled, not only for her family, but for the police force and the community she served with unwavering dedication. A brave soul had fallen, taken at the prime of her life. An age of dreams, of hope, and of responsibility cut short in the most devastating way. The pain she left behind is immeasurable. A child without a mother, a husband without a wife, and a society without a courageous protector. But from that sorrow, justice was restored. And though she may no longer be with us, the name Wong Chian will forever be remembered as a symbol of courage and quiet sacrifice. Following their arrest and a full investigation, the 3 suspects in the murder of Officer Wong Chian were brought before the People's Court for trial. But during the hearings, their behavior outraged the public. None of the defendants showed any genuine remorse. Instead, they pleaded for reduced sentences, claiming the murder was an accident, the result of a moment of lost control. 2 of them had prior convictions and had already served time in rehabilitation facilities. Yet after their release, they didn't change. They became even more dangerous, even more ruthless. Their cold, emotionless testimonies and complete lack of empathy brought tears of anger and frustration to many in the courtroom. After several days of trial, the verdict was announced: death sentences for all 3 defendants. A harsh punishment, but one that was fully deserved given the savage nature of their crimes. The sentence wasn't just a form of retribution for those who disregarded human life and the law. It was also a powerful reminder to society. Justice still stands, and anyone who commits such horrors will be held accountable. The case of Officer Wong Chian shocked the public, not only because of the sheer cruelty and inhumanity of the crime, but also because of the deep pain it left behind. For her family, and for society as a whole, the fact that the 3 suspects carefully planned her abduction, assault, and brutal murder revealed a disturbing collapse of basic morality and human decency. But in the end, justice was served, the law remains firm, and it shows no mercy to those who commit such atrocities. The death sentence handed down to all three perpetrators was not only a punishment, it was a clear warning that no one can disregard human life or the rule of law without consequences. Thank you for watching this video. If you found this story meaningful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you won't miss the next powerful case we uncover. Until next time, stay safe and see you in the next video.